Namaste and welcome to this yoga practice, moving towards mermaid pose. So we're going to start just by focusing on our breath and getting ready to practice moving and being guided by that breath. So bringing one hand onto the tummy, one hand onto the chest. Close the eyes. Take a moment to just readjust your spine until you are sitting in a neutral spine position. And then focus your attention on your breath, feeling the inhale expand the body. And the exhale, settle it back down. Aiming to lengthen your inhales to a count of 5. And your exhales also to a count of 5. We're going to aim to keep this breath throughout our practice today. So no matter what we do with the body, the breath stays in this calm rhythm, using our yoga practice as a way to demonstrate that we are always the master of our bodies, minds, and breath. So on your next inhale, open up the eyes, take the arms up. And as you exhale, big circle with the arms, lift the chest, spread the heart, let the hands reach back and the chest spread open. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor in front of you. Step it back into a tabletop position and then lifting the hips, pressing back through the heels, bring yourself into your first downward dog. And as we find the same breath rhythm here, just allow one heel at a time to lift as you gently ease into the opposite leg. The same breath that we had when we were just sat on the floor. Slow and full, feeling the expansion of the belly, of the rib cage. And then on your next inhale, looking forwards, walk your way towards your hands and just come to a halfway up position. Lengthen out your spine, lift up through the back of the legs. And as we exhale, come into a forward fold, rolling the tummy towards the thighs, tucking the chin. Maybe we need to bend the knees here, that's cool. On your next inhale, reaching all the way up, arms come above the head. And as you exhale, folding straight back down. Inhale, come to your halfway lift, lengthen out the spine. Exhale, step the right foot back and come into a low lunge, dropping the back knee. On your inhale, reach the arms up, ground into the back knee. Interlock the thumbs, and as you exhale, take a nice reach up and back, gentle back bend. Inhale to bring you back up to the middle, sinking forwards towards the front knee. And as you exhale, bring those hands down, either side of the front foot. Tuck the back toes, and as you inhale, step it to a plank, hold your plank. As you exhale, drop the knees for the first chaturanga, lower, keep the back nice and straight, keep the core engaged. Inhale, baby cobra, hands off the floor, lift the chest. Exhale, hands to the floor, tuck back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, you're going to step the right foot forwards, drop the back knee. Inhale to your high-low lunge. Interlace the fingers, the thumbs, and as you exhale, stretch into that first back bend on this side. Ground the left knee. Inhale to center. Sink the hips forwards. Exhale, bring the hands either side of that front foot. Inhale, tuck the toes, lift the back leg. Step it to halfway up position, nice flat back. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, stand up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back. Drop the back knee, ready for your inhale, low lunge. Interlace the thumbs, lengthen up, feel the left hip flexor open, and as you exhale, little back bend. Inhale to center with the hands and sink forwards with the hips. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor, tuck the back toes. Inhale to your plank, hold your plank. Option to drop the knees or take a full chaturanga lower. Repeat the baby cobra we did before, or lift into upward facing dog. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Inhale the left foot forwards. Drop the back knee. Ready for low lunge. Inhale. Thumbs interlock. Exhale. Back to the top. Inhale. Sink forwards. Exhale, hands come to the floor. Tuck the back toes. Inhale, step it forwards. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale to the top. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back to plank. Hold your plank for your inhale. Full chaturanga or knees down, lower on your exhale. Upward facing dog or baby cobra. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Drop the knees, take them wide. Bring your toes together. And then reach the hips back and really lengthen through the spine, through the arms. Take a few breaths here. Feel the breath expand widthways, down towards your belly, down towards your pelvic floor. And then on your next inhale, lift up into tabletop position. We're going to bring our elbows to the floor now. So keep your wrists and elbows in line with each other. You might need to roll your elbows in to bring those elbows to the floor, in line with your wrists, in line with your shoulders. So you don't want those elbows to be wider than your wrists or your shoulders. Nice 90-degree angles here. We're going to tuck the toes, and we're going to practice loading a little bit of weight into the shoulders. So with an exhale, finding the downward dog shape through your body, lift the hips, send the hips back. We're going to take 5 breaths here. So focus on that same rhythm of breath that we had at the beginning. See if you can find the same level of calm, deep breath as you had back in that seated pose, or you just had now on the floor in child's pose a second ago. Each time you're inhaling, lifting your hips up and back, away from your elbows, away from your shoulders.
creating lots of space around the neck and the shoulders. And on your next exhale, drop the knees, take them wide, toes together, and stretch back into your child's pose, forehead on the ground. On your next inhale, lift it back up onto hands and elbows and knees, so back where we were. Tuck the toes, we're going to go back into that shape, that dolphin shape. This is a dolphin pose. So you have the option to stay here or start to walk your feet a little bit closer and challenge how much weight you're sinking through the elbows and the shoulders. So we're going to take 4 more breaths here. And you can challenge yourself to just tip the weight forwards, come up onto your tiptoes perhaps. Make sure that you're keeping the elbows in line with the wrists and the shoulders. And you're keeping that nice lift up through the neck, through the shoulder area. We're not collapsing anywhere here. Above all, the breath is steady. On your next exhale, take it back down, drop the knees, take them wide, toes together, rest the forehead. Deep, steady breaths. Last time, inhale to come back up onto those elbows and wrists. Send the hips to your downward dog shape into dolphin. Little play with lifting one leg now then. So as you inhale, reach one leg to the ceiling. As you exhale, take it down. Inhale the other leg up. Exhale it down. One more time, inhale. Exhale. And again. Exhale, take it down, drop the knees, take them wide. Child's pose, rest the forehead. On your next inhale, bring it onto hands and knees now. I'm going to take a little counter pose for the arms, for the shoulders. So come and rest your hips on your heels. Sit up just like we did at the beginning. Take the arms up towards the sky on an inhale. And as you exhale, bend the right elbow. Take a hold of that elbow with the left hand and bring the right hand in between your shoulder blades. In fact, I'm going to turn around so you can see this one. Leave that hand as low as you can and then wriggle the other hand around, down and up. See if you can make the bind here. Lift your chest, lift that upper elbow, open through the heart. Let's take 2 more breaths here. If the hands don't meet, just holding onto your top wherever you can. Inhale, release. Take the arms up towards the ceiling. This time bending the opposite elbow, guiding that hand into the middle of the shoulder blades. Other hand comes around, bending the elbow, finding the bind, and then opening up through the chest and the shoulders. 2 more breaths. Breathe outwards through the rib cage. And then inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, bring hands to heart. Just take a moment to feel your body here. We're going to take one more counter pose for those dolphin variations that we did. So we're going to come into camel. From here, you're going to inhale and lift the hips up. Lift the front of the pelvis so that we have a nice open line from the knees up through the body. And then hands on the lower back as you inhale, bring the elbows together, spread the chest, spread the shoulders. As you exhale, imagine you're squeezing a football between your elbows. Press your hips forwards as you start to arch backwards through the torso. Constantly keeping the front of the hips open, pressing those hips forwards, and keeping a squeeze together of the elbows. On your next inhale, lifting up. Hips move back towards your bum. Exhale, hands forwards. Take a step back and move yourself to a downward dog. Hips lift, heels press away. On your next inhale, lift your right foot, point the toes, go as high as you can. Exhale, bring that knee behind the right wrist and bring the ankle across sideways on your mat. So you want to create maybe like a 70-degree angle in your right knee. And we're going to wriggle the back foot away and come into our pigeon pose. So that back leg is moving as far away as you can whilst keeping this leg in line with the hip. We don't want it to go off to the side too far. So from here, just have a little rock side to side. If this is a bit too intense, you can bring this foot closer into the middle of the body, so create a smaller angle in the right knee. And you should be feeling this in the right glute, the right hip. So we're going to intend to roll this left hip towards the grounded heel. On your inhale, lift the chest. Think of rolling the left hip forwards as you move your chest forwards and over the front shin, making your body as long as you possibly can. On an exhale, bring the forehead down, release, relax. Breathe deep breaths here for 4 more breaths. If this is too intense, you can stay up on your elbows. Remember, we only want to go to about a 6 out of 10 on our stretching. We want the body to still be relatively comfortable where we are. So on your last exhale, really settle into that right hip, and then as you inhale, use the hands to help guide you back up. We're going to work towards a mermaid pose here by maybe bringing this front foot in a little bit to feel more stable, and then we're going to focus onto this back leg. So place your right hand wherever you need to feel stable. If it's a long way to the floor here, you could use a prop, so you could use a block or a big book here so that you've got something a bit higher to press off. And we're going to bend this back knee. So this is going to use your hamstring muscle. So think about that little guy. He's going to need to do some work here. Bring that heel towards you and grab a hold. If that's too tricky, you can use a prop, so you can use a towel, chuck and lasso that around your foot, and then we can start to guide it in. So once you have a hold of that foot, you're going to at the same time see if you can lift up taller, sit taller, open your chest, and then bring this heel closer in. So this is going to come with practice, but just find where your body goes to today. Wherever that 6 out of 10 is, we're going to breathe there for 3 more breaths. So you may need to keep your right hand on the ground, on your prop. Maybe you can bring it onto your knee. If you've been practicing this one for a while, you could challenge your balance and take that hand up and away.
using your core stability here. And then on your next exhale, bring the hand down, release the back foot, tuck the toes. Inhale to a plank. Exhale to a chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, point the toe as high as you can. Exhale, bring that knee forwards now behind the left wrist. Find your position. Wriggle the back heel away. And then let's take a moment again to just rock side to side, decide whether the left ankle's in the right place or you need to close the angle slightly of the left knee. Once you've got your positioning, take a nice inhale and grow tall. Think of rolling the right hip towards the grounded heel as you reach forwards and become long in your pigeon stretch. So remember, you do not have to go all the way to the floor. You can stay on the elbows. Respect your body's limits. Really take this time to tune in to what your body is saying today. One more breath. Expansive counts of 5 in and out. On your next inhale, walk the hands back. Again, readjust this front foot if you need to for stability. And then we're going to focus on bending the right leg. So find somewhere to place your hand that feels secure, and then taking the back foot in. Find where feels good for you. Remember, it's a journey. It's going to take a while for your body to open into this pose. So find today's expression of the pose. And let's take 3 breaths there to find stability and stillness. To find that same breath we started in, that is our key priority, to allow grace and steadiness whatever we do with the physical body. Steadiness of breath, steadiness of mind, transfers into steadiness of body, steadiness of being. On your next exhale, bring the hands down, tuck the back toes, inhale to plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale to your upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to come to seated, cross the legs. Place the feet in front of you and we're going to roll down nice and slow. So take your time. Tip the pelvis back and then carefully place one vertebra at a time to the floor. Using your core to control and keeping your breath rhythm throughout this return to the ground. As you get there, bring the hands onto the belly, let the knees fall together. Release the back, release the breath. Just take another moment to let the body settle here. And then let's bring the heels in towards your bum, slide your shoulders down against the mat. Inhale, we're going to lift the pelvis by rolling it towards the belly button first and then peeling the rest of the back up into a bridge pose. Bring your hands together underneath you if you can.
stretch your knees forwards, open the front of your hips. See how much space and length you can create from your rib cage to your knees. And then breathe into that space. Start to activate your left leg. Your left leg is going to take all of the weight here as we take one of your right leg up to the sky. So on an inhale, lift the right leg up. Point the toes, lift the right hip, keep the hips level. Exhale, that foot comes down. Inhale, the left leg comes up. Activate the right leg, right glute working. Exhale, that foot comes down. Inhale, lift the hips up, come onto your tiptoes. And then slowly replace your upper back first, lengthening your body to the mat as you go. Eventually coming flat to the floor with your back and bring the knees in, give them a little squidge, hug yourself against the floor. I'm going to take this into a twist before we come into relaxation. So knees at 90 degrees. Take your left hand across to the right knee, right hand out to the side, and then twist. Allow the length to come into the right side of the body. Turn the gaze towards the right. 2 more breaths. Inhale to come up to center. And then switch the hands, switch the knees, switch the twist. Gaze is over to the left, knees are over to the right. Breath is still as we started. And then bringing your knees up to center again. Before stretching them one at a time to the bottom corners of your mat, nice and long and wide with those feet. So make your legs as long as you can. Point the toes, open, stretch, and then as you exhale, relax the legs, completely release the hips. Just take a moment to shuffle your shoulders down under you. Hands are away from the body, palms face the ceiling. On your next inhale, breathe deeply, and we're going to exhale out through the mouth. So inhale first. 2 more like that. Inhale deeply. And last one. And then dissolve your breath, completely release your body, relax. You can stay here in relaxation as long as you need. But I would recommend at least 3 to 5 minutes. Taking a moment to let your body, both physical and subtle, assimilate your practice. And allow all of the benefits to settle into your being. Notice how the breath softens, the body softens. yourself go with that natural softening. When you do feel it's ready and time to come out, use your breath to guide you back. Remaining still as you breathe deeper, and eventually wriggling fingers and toes awake before taking a nice big stretch. And then finding your way up to seated in your own time. Closing your practice by bringing your hands together, resting them against your heart, feeling your body, your breath, your being, and noticing the quality and the state of all of those elements of you right now. As you exhale, let the forehead rest on the back of the thumbs, taking a moment to bow down to everything that is you right now. Namaste.